I recently visited London to make a couple of videos and I stayed in a Capsule hotel, so I thought I'd take you along with me and show you what it was all about. I've got no idea why I'm nervous. I haven't stayed somewhere like this for so long, for years. Oh, this way to the Capsule hotel. I've wanted to stay in a Capsule hotel for ages. If you haven't seen one before, it's kind of like sleeping in a pod. There's lots of them in Japan, but there's only one in London. Sleeping in one of these pods is kind of like sleeping in a dorm room, but with more privacy, and it's usually cheaper than a hotel room. And I say usually because this one was really expensive for what it was. I'll tell you the price of it in a bit. This place is called St Christopher's Inn. It's near London Bridge Station and 3 minutes walk from the bustling Borough Market. It's mostly got dorm rooms, but then there's this Capsule bit. Let's take a look around this joint. The Capsule part of the hotel had its own toilet and shower room, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that they were so clean. There are 26 pods in this room, and the weekend I visited, most of them were full. I don't know how I feel about this. It is so hot in here. And I wasn't really sure how I felt about staying in one of these because I wanted a good night's sleep. So let's see how this goes. Let's take a look inside the pod. I'm going to whisper a little bit because I think there's some people in here, but I can't really work it out. Let's give you a Capsule tour. Here it is. It's as big as a single bed. It's all right. I mean, it's basically, it feels like the hottest place on earth. It's so hot in this whole area. It's unbearably hot in this cabin. It's boiling. Just like a hotel room, I've got a picture on the wall. This fancy light. Bought my suitcase in because I couldn't be bothered to put it in the locker. Pillow and duvet. Then we've got these colourful lights, red, green, blue. Do this disco effect as well. Pretty cool. Party time in the Capsule. Plug sockets with USB and quite a lot of room to spread out actually. I've had quite a busy day today. I've had my float tank and I've also had my Alexander technique lesson, and they were both brilliant. They were so relaxing, and then I was filming it as well, so it was relaxing and working. Now I feel shattered, and I was worried that coming here that it might not be that great, but actually it's okay. Do you know what? I hadn't thought about this before, but laying here, I just got massive memories of laying in the cabin when I did the Atlantic row. This is probably about the same width and probably the same length as well. There's this kind of comforting factor of me being in here. Kind of feels safe and warm and cosy. The pod was big enough to chill and move around, and after a busy day whizzing around London filming, I spent the evening chilling, solving my Rubik's Cube and doing my speed reading lesson. And that brings me nicely to the sponsor of this video, because this Capsule hotel was more expensive than I thought it'd be. Side note, Skillshare were meant to sponsor my unicycling video, but that's not going too well right now. Some of you may know there are things I've wanted to try for years, and now is the time I'm just going for it. Skillshare is helping me do some of those things. It's an online learning platform with thousands of classes with things like video editing, marketing to entrepreneurship. And I'm currently doing the class on speed reading by Jordan Harry, and I like the classes because they go in depth and there aren't any distractions or adverts. So if like me you're wanting to learn something new, click the link in the description for 1 month free of Skillshare, and that link will work for the first 1,000 people. After a day of filming in a float tank and having an Alexander technique lesson, I was cream crackered. I really need to get out and I really need to go and get some food. and despite the noise of people coming in and out of the capsule room, I quickly fell asleep. It was so warm in the pod, I didn't even use the duvet to start with, but then pulled it over me later, which was surprising seeing as the temperature in London that night was -3. The mattress and pillow was so cosy. This was going much better than expected, but there was one downside. The hotel is above a bar and nightclub and the music was really loud till late, but I shoved my earplugs in a bit further and got straight back to sleep. Good morning. I'm surprised that I had such a good night's sleep actually. So I booked this thinking it was going to be cheap, or cheaper than a hotel room at least. But I paid £112 to stay here for one night. It is usually cheaper, about 40 quid, but maybe because it was near Christmas and they were busy, who knows. I'm not sure it was worth £112, but either way, I liked it. That was a really cool stay. I'm surprised that I got such a good night's sleep in this environment. It was exciting sleeping in the pod and it was really clean, and I'll definitely stay again. I look forward to trying more stuff like this in the future.